Okay, in the year of our Diamond Jubilee, and by special appointment to HRH, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Soundcraft's VISI remote, the iPad remote control for the VI series and the SI compact digital console range. This is very exciting for us because this is probably, well, it isn't probably, it is the most requested feature that we've had for the last 2 years by most of our customers. We're not the first to market, but we think we're the best. And the reasons are, you can control a whole range of consoles on one application, on one iPad. Any VI combination, any SI combination, or a mixture of the two, and it flicks across automatically. It's very, very smooth. No need for separate applications like some of the other manufacturers' consoles have to require. On top of that, you can also use the multiple iPads on one console to mix on stage for monitors. Now, this isn't going to give you the sort of performance that Noel was talking about on the PMC, but a lot of small bands and operations will be able to use this clipped onto their mic stand, so that gives them another option. Also, we've designed into this something that a lot of others haven't, and that is if the Wi-Fi drops out, your audio is absolutely protected. It's the same design criteria as we use on our consoles. If you lose power, the audio carries on. And that's really reassuring, especially when you get up into slightly bigger stage concerts. You can use it for offline demos and for training, familiarization. Today, it's available this morning. It came online at 9 o'clock on the iTunes store. There are I just checked with the UK just before I came on. There are between 2,500 and 3,000 downloads happening now, right now, today. So there's a lot of pent-up desire for this. It communicates with the console using HiQNet. So we're using the same control protocol as a lot of our other products are. Today, the first version that's available is for SI Compact. The VI version will be available when it finishes its testing and its iTunes approval in about 2 weeks' time. So we'll be sending out another release when that happens. And it's very simple. It's made to be easy to use. It auto-finds the router. The router sits at the back of the console. No IP address, no MAC addresses, nothing complicated to put in. It finds it just like your laptop does when you're connecting at home onto your home router. And it's free. Again, another difference from some of the other manufacturers. So that's VISI Remote. We're really excited about what that's going to be able to do. People can now control their console from a remote station. They can go out into the auditorium, out into the middle of the church, out into the middle of a club, check their levels, do the EQing. Everything that you can do on a fader, you can do in this first version. All your auxes, matrices, groups, everything that you want to do. We'll be adding functionality to it over the next few months, but it's a very comprehensive tool at Rev 1. So that's good, but we just want to tell you something else that we're doing on the booth this week. When we were at NAB, not so long ago, back here in Vegas, we had a huge number of house of worship operators, pastors, front of house engineers, volunteers come by. And we've seen something in the region of 20 to 25% increase in house of worship business and inquiries over the last 12 months. So there's a lot going on there, and here's some examples. We've got the whole range of consoles on the booth to show people from house of worship organizations what we can offer. And it really is from top to bottom. On the left, you've got the mega church, Prestonwood Church in Dallas. We've got circa 20,000 audience in there, but at Christmas they go up to 30,000 with 1,000 performers. Now that's a big gig by anybody's standards. And what they chose for that, and it's in your packs, we're announcing it today, is the Vista 5 M2 from Studer. When you need high density I/O and huge flexibility, the Studer comes into its own. So there we are at the top of the triangle. Come down a step into what we would still in Europe consider a mega church, but over here it's a different league entirely. We've got Parkview Christian Church. It's about 2,000 attendees or audience there. In the 2,000 to 5,000 capacity, that's VI6 territory, VI4 territory. Come down a step further, we go over to Switzerland with Frutigen Church, and that's where VI1's hotspot is. You know, that 500, maybe 1,000 people. It's all about input, outputs, and size, physical size. And then right on the very broad base of the churches, when you're down at below about 250, which is more like a sort of British size of church, and still a huge number of those over here as well. You've got the Calvary Church in Maine with an SI Compact 32, and the 16s and the 24s are going into churches as well. And in the background, I think we've got some PRXs from JBR. So please come over to the booth. We'd love to show you these and show you the VISI app working. And we hope you have a good show. And I think I'm the very last person.
Yes.
So back to the royal connotation. It's a bit like being after the Lord Mayor's show. We have to sweep up all the mess afterwards. But we'd like to thank you very much for coming along today. Please stay around, ask any questions, and come see us on the booth. Have a great show. Thank you very much.